Cool. I mean, I have like one recommendation because there's like an open parking lot just down the block where the new district office is, and like that parking is there's a lot of parking there. So I've noticed like because I walk around that neighborhood and I notice like the pool area gets busy.
Congested.
So I was like, there's parking down the road, but it is a little long walk.
I'm not sure if it's like closed off though.
It's open.
It's open.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like open 24/7. There's like no gate or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Cool.
Yep.
Thank you.
And our final presentation will be Brian Flowers coming up to talk about the Mini Hoops basketball program overview. And he is a Recreation Services Coordinator. Take it away.
Hello, my name is also Brian. I'm a Recreation Services Coordinator. I am in charge of Mini Hoops. What is Mini Hoops? Mini Hoops is a program for kids that are 5 years old all the way up to 7 years old. We do allow some 8-year-olds in, just depending on their basketball skill. This is the first photo we have. These are what we try to do is we try to line the kids up. We try to give each kid a basketball, so there's not too much time of them messing around. I'm gonna try to figure out how to use this thing. There we go. All right, so Mini Hoop Session 1. So Session 1 was a 6-week program. Started on the 6th of September and it ended on the 11th of October. These were our 2 Friday night classes. So the first one was 5:30 to 7:30, and it had a maximum of 28 kids. We ended up with 27 kids. Then we took a little half an hour break, get some water, start up with class number 2. It started from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., and that one was maxed out at 28 kids. We would come back Saturday morning. We'd run another class. I've noticed that this class usually is our lowest amount of kids, just maybe based on the time. So next year I might switch the time to 10 a.m. start time. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. is a 1-hour class. We had 24 kids, 24 great kids. And then we would come back 10:30 to 11:30, and then that class was full at 28 kids. Some of the photos you see are some of the kids just doing our dribbling drills and some of our shooting stations on the bottom left. So what I did this year is last year when I finished Mini Hoops, I got a lot of parents saying, "What's next? What's next? When's the next one?" There wasn't the next one, just because I didn't plan ahead. We had other events going on that I was part of. So this year I thought less about myself and more about the public and the community. And we put together a second session. This was also a 6-week session, and it's still in session. And this is only Friday nights. We didn't do Saturday mornings because there's other events going on that needs the gym's attention. This one started on the 8th of November, and it ends on the 20th of December. I had a lot of parents, so I tried to do the 28 max, and I had a lot of parents that I'm very soft. I have a big heart, so I kept letting kids in, and then I finally, at a certain point, I just stopped, and we ended up with 31 kids. We still have 31 kids, and then for the 7 to 8 p.m. session, we have 30 kids. See, these photos are all of kids that are in session 2 right now. Same thing, dribbling, shooting. Next slide. This is a program that I'm in charge of, but there's no way I could do this on my own. I've tried, and it's impossible. So some of the photos, you see some of the staff. The first staff is Daly. She comes and helps us on Fridays and Saturdays. I don't know if you know Lucky, Claudine, but she goes by Lucky. She's a teacher at Woodrow. Amazing. She is there Friday and Saturdays. Coach G has been coaching basketball for a long time. He's there Friday evenings. Ernest also helped out session 1. He was there Fridays and Saturdays. And then my son Brandon would come and help me out. It was pretty cool because he's been a Mini Hoop participant. So he's like, "I'll take the orange team." Okay, man, you're 9 years old. You got it, right? So it's a pleasure working side by side with my son. And then in some of the other photos, you can see standing around with the colored shirts. Those are volunteer coaches. This program also cannot work without volunteer parent help. And I always tell the parents, you don't need to know basketball. You just need to know how to be a parent. Hey, listen, pay attention, use your right hand. He told you to use your left hand. You're up next. So we had a lot of parents that helped out, and it's amazing to see them work with their kids. This is to the right is just a little video that Chris Joe, who does an amazing job in our marketing team, he put a little video together on our social media. So if you guys could, it's a quick one. That's quick, like I said. Sorry. Just want to go back to a photo. The one on the left side, you see it's all the kids sitting in a circle. That's always how I start the program, and that's how I end the program. And this is called our positive circle. So I ask the kids something they're excited about, something good that happened at school, something that's going on with their family that's good. A lot of them will just be, video games, or I played Roblox, but it's just to get the kids to open up and get out of their comfort zone and be able to talk. And I also ask the coaches to please give something positive to say, keep all the negativity somewhere else. Lots of smiles, lots of fun, lots of laughs. And, these kids are so young, it's good to teach them the fundamentals now. And then the winning and losing will come later on as they get older. So, yeah, that's one of my programs. Any questions?
Just really excited. This makes me really happy. But then also what you said, that there was a moment where, like last year, there was more attention about what about what's next, and then this time you did the second session, and the way you phrased it, I just want to say I hear you.
Thank you.
And I just want to say thank you, for when we do the work we do, especially like in community work and everything, I see this is the example, the definition.
Thank you.
And I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Because those kids, those kids, oh my goodness, especially with the work I do and stuff like that, and just seeing it in action. And I'm just happy that you get to speak about this.
Yeah.
Because this motivates others. And we're in the camera and everything. I just want to give you your roses.
Thank you.
And I hope someone out there is listening and is just as motivated, and just you dropped the seed in me where I'm like, what can I do?
Yeah.
And I just want to say, hopefully someone else is doing the same thing.
Thank you. I really do. This job's amazing. I've been doing it since I was 17 years old, part-time.
Yeah.
And just to have a full-time job of doing this is just phenomenal. And, I have a horrible back. And Saturday mornings, I wake up and I'm just like, oh, man. But then I get there and I see the kids, and it's phenomenal. It just drives you to do more. And it's funny because one of the parents that's been in session 1 and session 2, she's like, when's session 3? I'm like, in September of next year. Because there's just not enough time.
Yeah.
But thank you. I appreciate it.
No,
It means a
you.
lot to hear it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I just want to say, overall, mini hoops is one of the crown jewels of the recreation program. Anytime I'll have students when I was working at Bayshore, working with teens, they all went through that program at one point. So it's nice to see it always flourishing. Just remember, I'm not forgetting about T-ball, because we're going to talk about that soon.
Yeah, that's coming up soon too.
It's we have a different situation there, but I think we can all figure out a solution for that. But yeah, again, everything he said, and thank you so much for doing the effort.
Thank you. This is a very vulnerable age. They're either going to go this way or they're going to go that way. If you yell at them because they mess up on dribbling, they're not going to pick up the basketball again. It's just positive reinforcement, especially at this age. You just got to mold them. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely want to acknowledge that you're teaching way more than just basketball. You're teaching just being human and normalizing positivity with kids. Just kind of put it or round it back to the scholarship. Is this something that's eligible for the scholarship? Like if people, all right, that's good to know. And yeah, I think there's also something like maybe the commissioners might want to like just stop by and like watch the magic unfold because it sounds exciting.
Denise stopped by on a Saturday, and I thought she'd be gone in 5 minutes. She stayed for both classes.
Nice.
And like she helped out. Like I didn't need any help, but it was just nice for her to see the
Mm.
kids and just see what we do on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
You know, because on the weekends, most staff are home relaxing, which they should be. But there are some that work, and it's good to see the different programs.
No, yeah, I would definitely make time and like just stop by and just like watch you
That'd be
like
fun.
work. So yeah, thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
By any chance, when is the next? There's until the 20th, right?
Yeah, so we don't have mini hoops this Friday because everybody be watching football or eating or whatever they're doing, shopping. And then the next one will be on that Friday. I think it's the 6th of December.
Okay.
Please come by. Yeah, we'd love to have you.
And then I'm curious, knowing that this is a well-oiled machine. It works. Now I'm curious. Sky's the limit. What other program comes to mind that you would love to introduce?
So that's funny you say that. I was talking with Chris and Romeo, and I'm thinking of doing another program next year, but it hasn't been the write-up yet. But it's called Kicks and Smiles. So it'd be a lot of little kids soccer, but I'd like to even go it even younger to like a 3 to 5 year range.
Yeah.
But I need to figure out details and all that stuff. But I've had families say, well, let's do soccer. And it's like, yeah, let me cut myself in half and you can have that half and they can have this half. And I need to figure out timing and my flexibility and scheduling and all that stuff. But I would love to do something like that.
Awesome.
Soccer, small nets, kids run around long jerseys and just falling on the floor and getting up and laughing and having a good time.
Kind of like a futsal. Like
Kind of like
indoor.
a futsal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's what comes
just
to
very
mind.
little.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I'm just going to give a little flashback. So Mike Gutierrez and Denise Brown started mini hoops back in the day, and it's flourishing with Brian Flowers in that position. And when I was at the mini hoops program, I'm standing there and a gentleman is looking at me and I'm thinking, what's wrong with my, there's something wrong. And he came up to me and he said, Miss Patch, is that you? Christina. And I said, yes. And his son was in the program and he used to be one of my kids at Westlake School. So it was like a full circle moment coming back. But yeah, mini hoops, love the program, love what Brian's doing with the program. And it just engages the young people and the staff there to just be a part of what goes on. So that concludes the director's report. Thank you.
Thank you, Denise, and to all the city staff that shared this evening. Thank you so much for everything y'all do, and yeah, we'll continue with the meeting. Moving on to Commissioner's report. Really quickly, Edgardo, is it cool if you could update us on, I think in the last meeting we talked about the volleyball gym rentals, if you could just briefly update us up on that.
Yeah, so there was an update to commission about the status and the offerings of drop-in and both drop-in and court reservations for volleyball. So just to kind of reiterate what we do offer as far as volleyball in Daly City through the Department of Recreation Services. So we offer volleyball in various ways, obviously. So we have drop-in, which is essentially an individual signing up themselves to go and participate in what is called open gym volleyball. They pay their fee, they walk into the gym, and depending on how many people, they kind of circle through with the help of staff to kind of guide them to rotate so that everyone's getting a fair shot. We offer this at War Memorial Community Center and at Bocelli Event Center. So that's the open drop-in. The second opportunity is court reservations. So after the pandemic, we wanted to open up open gym basketball and volleyball. However, we didn't just want to open the doors, so just everyone was playing with everyone. So we started to do what were called court reservations. They essentially gave you an hour of time to have a small group of friends, family to play together. There was a cap of 14. There was a couple of things we wanted to prevent the misuse of court reservations. We really wanted it to be so people wanted to play with each other. It was just, open gym with your friends and family. The 14 cap, one, it was during the pandemic. We were keeping numbers low. Two, it was also to prevent people from using what we were calling core reservations for anything else but for open play, practices, leagues, things like that. So it's part of why there's capped. Since then, the popularity core reservations, we've offered a lot over the last 3 years. However, we're more determined to serve the whole of Daly City. So in order to do that, we feel like the best thing for us to do is to offer more open gym where an individual can sign up. Because a core reservation, essentially one person is signing up for the many. But that allows, one person to essentially hog the courts. We want to give more opportunities to more people. We do offer facility rentals of gyms when available for other things such as volleyball. So if there are groups that want to reserve a gym, have it for multiple hours on a weekly basis for up to 3 months, again, depending on what programming we're offering at our facilities and if it's available, that is an option to the public as well.
And real quick, that option is typically for like private teams or like teams that require practices or even like leagues, folks that want to host leagues.
Absolutely. So with the facility rental, you're renting our facility to run whatever, we have the equipment. It's up to you how you want to use that space. Whether it's open, it's for, for friends to family. We've had families rent for 2 hours just because they want the 2 hour block. They just want to come together during a time that works for them and not the schedule that we have. Or it's organized organizations that want to run tournaments, have a team that wants to practice. So that's what the facility rentals are for. I think there was a little bit of confusion when we started calling something a court reservation, and then we have facility rentals. The court reservation, again, was just that you're reserving the court for that certain time for open gym play. But we've offered, and again, all our offerings are seasonal and they change to the needs of the public. So coming up in winter, we do have our youth basketball program that serves over 1,000 participants throughout the city, and they need places to practice. So we are adjusting a little bit here and there so we can offer more practice spots, because we only have 4 gyms that we can use on a nightly basis that are the cities. So we need to make those accommodations and adjustments as we go. It's always that way, but we try to not move things, but when something's really popular, it's hard to move something out to put something else popular in, because you're always going to have one side that's like, oh, what about me? But we try and be as fair as we can across the board. So,
And like my experience before as like director of facilities or whatnot, like it's always the balance, right? If you have an after school program that offers multiple like enrichment activities, all it takes is like a rental that could throw off an entire program for a whole, like, let's say like a league takes up 3 months at this particular time slot. Maybe that particular program, let's say it's like obviously an art program wouldn't be in a gym, but maybe it's like I don't know, a yoga class or whatnot, or like a youth yoga class or whatnot. It's not going to see the light of day for that particular time slot. And when it's youth basketball, we're talking practices for each like grade level. So it's really tough on coaches finding those facilities to rent, especially since like there's only so many gyms here. I mean, geez, like I'm not saying this is the only solution, but if there's a business owner that's always wanted to start like a indoor gym, so something like a bay club, but specifically for volleyball, basketball, like this might be the perfect place for you to do that because it's always been a need for years and years. So, thank you for the update. I think it's just always trying to find that balance because us as like commissioners, I think like we're always going to put like the youth and the active adults first, and like those programmings is always going to take precedent. But like there's usually room to like figure something out if the possibility is there. So thanks for the update. All right, so we can move forward. I think that's it for the commissioner's report. Anything else? Just want to make sure. All good? Cool. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, just want to highlight one event that I went to, Kasayahan, back in October. That was a hot day, by the way. I think that was a record-breaking Kasayahan. Like, some Kasayahans are foggy, some are just like just right. Something about the sun that day. Like, that was the first time I left Kasayahan early because I just couldn't handle it. But it was also the biggest Kasayahan I've ever seen. Like, I think there was more food vendors, more resource tables. Like, basically, we took over the whole baseball field, right? So, I'm really happy it's growing. It's also our 10th Kasayahan, right? So it's a huge milestone. But yeah, I just want to say thank you to staff, the recreation department, all the volunteers, because yeah, like it's such a fun event that the heat is whatever. So yeah, just want to highlight that one.
You know, since you mentioned that, like this year, we recreations have thrown like pretty, like if this is the biggest Kasiyahan, like there's Hip Hop Day as well. Those are two pretty big events, plus all of the other. Man, there was one point we were running events for like 2 months straight every weekend, right? I think these are a lot of opportunities to build a fundraiser around like these individual like events, whether it could be small scale, you know what I mean? Like, but if we're like approaching like this scholarship fund at multiple angles, like literally like every penny could count. So just wanted to throw that out there.
To your point, that's why it gets me thinking about time, like timing. Like, at what point are we having an increase of people at events and stuff like that? And how could we utilize those folks to kind of drive them towards the scholarship, maybe, or kind of, just shifting them with this big event and just making sure that folks are aware of, let's say, the scholarship and stuff like that. And to Fernando's point, like, it was amazing. That event was awesome. Really great to see everyone there, and also to celebrate your birthday. That was a lot of fun.
Cool. All right, that's it for the commissioner's report. We can move on to announcements and communications.
Okay, so we do have a few. Well, we always, like you just mentioned, we always have something down the line. It's we work like clockwork, right? But the first one is Frosty Fest, which is usually in December. Is now we are collaborating with Ceremony Center, and we are inviting the public to attend Frosty Snow Fest. This will be held on Saturday, December 7th, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. This will be at the Ceremony Center parking structure, the first floor that is adjacent to Macy's. They're going to have all kinds of stuff. So wear your ugliest holiday sweater, your pajamas, whatever makes you festive. Bring some toys to donate. I know that the mall is also going to have some other activities inside. But at Frosty Snowfest, you can expect, as always, the ever-growing collection of inflatables. I don't know how many. Is it thousands now that we have? I don't know. It might be there. close? No. But each one is a little vignette with different themes. So come find your favorite. I'm sure it'll be there. So that is, again, Saturday, December 7th, 4 to 7. Oh, and 96.5 Coit is also a sponsor. It is the holidays, guys. The only station. I don't listen to the radio, but except for this time. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, as part of our Build a Dream push for the scholarship fund, we are doing the Build a Dream holiday tree lot. So every donation, think of it that way, that you're donating 100% of that donation that you're paying for your tree is going to the fund. We start this Saturday, November 30th at Westlake Park, the back parking lot by our greenhouse. So we've set up a fence. It's going to look like a tree lot. If you've ever been to a tree to get a tree lot, it's going to look like that. But it's ours, and it's for a good cause. So spend a little bit more than going to the Home Depot. I mean, not to take business away from Home Depot. I was just there. But, make your dollars count. Again, 5 to 6 foot noble firs and 6 to 7 foot. So we're selling them for 100 and 120 respectively. And we'll have bowls and stands if you need them. If you have your own, don't worry, you don't need to buy the extra bowl. The schedule, Monday through Friday from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. And this is from November 30th until about December 15th, we figure. We hope we're not open that long, but we'll go until December 20th. Monday through Friday from 4 to 8, Saturdays from 9 to 8, and then on Sundays from 9 to 6. They are until trees are there. If you want to get yours now, you can go to www.dalycity.org/iplay and just search for Holiday Tree. It'll allow you to reserve your tree, and then you can pick it up once we open.
And the last one in the Build a Dream scholarship opportunities, before I say that, we do tabling for our Build a Dream scholarship fund. So when we do have our special events, we table and put our scholarship fund out there for people to drop funds in or scan something so they can do a donation on our behalf. So we're really pushing it out every time we table as well. But our staff is coming together to do the Spaghetti Feed fundraiser on Saturday, January 11th from 3 to 7 at the Bocelli Event Center. And our goal is really to try to get all of our food, supplies, raffle prizes, sponsorships, everything for free so that the cost is us, but nothing, we're not paying through our budget. So we were trying our best to get donations. We have Daly City Public Library Associates, who is going to be our sponsor as their nonprofit, so that we can do a raffle, so that we can sell wine and beer, and we do it through them. So we'll have entertainment, we'll have raffle and silent auction items. Every department in the city of Daly City is providing a basket of goodies for the raffle. So we're excited about that. If anybody wants to give a basket, looking over your way, come on and give us a basket. Opal's creating some amazing food. Every one of the full-time staff is a part of a committee that is doing either food or entertainment or the silent auction and raffle, the logistics setup and cleanup. So we're full force going after this for January 11th. And we would love to have the community come and participate. The tip per person cost is $25. And if you want a table of 6, it's $200. And if you want to do a family of 4 to go meal, it's $80. So it's great food, great fun, and supporting the Build a Dream Scholarship Fund. So we hope to see everyone there. And that ends our announcements. Thank you.
Thank you. So just want to move on with the meeting. We got agenda building for next meeting. Does anybody want to add anything for next meeting's agenda? If not, we can move forward to ending the meeting. You guys good with that? Cool. Cool. I motion to adjourn this evening's meeting. Can I get a second?
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned. We'll see you guys January 28th, 2025 in the new year. So no meeting for December.